God's will is?
So that's an excellent question because so many people have continue to wrestle with that for years. And here's the thing about it. 3 John verse 2 says, Beloved, above all things, this is what I desire for you, that you prosper, be in health, even as your soul prospers. So now, even as you're growing spiritually, that means carnal nature is dying, spirit man is growing. It is my will that you have all things needed for stability, for survival, for, provision. It is my will for you to have these things. A lot of time people base the will of God at a particular place. And yes, that is sometimes that, but we be so caught up in wondering, am I in the will of God by being on this job? Am I in the will of God by purchasing this vehicle? Well, God gives us freedom of choice. God gives us and equips us with what's necessary. So if God blessed us to be able to afford the car, then he says, delight thyself also in me, and I will give you the desires of your heart. So you don't have to question whether or not you're in God's will, because he's giving you freedom of choice to make that decision. You've sought wise counsel. You've looked at it. It fits the budget. So now you have to know, if it's not your will for this particular, redirect my steps, God, because you've ordered my steps. So a lot of times people are caught up in the will of God versus not really understanding it is God's will for you to provide for your family. It is God's will for a man to take care of his home, for a husband to be a covering for his family, a covering for his wife. It is God's will for a wife to be the mother, the caretaker, the facilitator, the manager, the helpmeet to her husband. It is God's will for that. So you have to be able to know what is God's will. And then at the same time, in the process of me following after your will, walking in your will, then you're ordering my steps. You're directing me. And because you sit high and look low, I know that you see what's coming down the road. And my trust and faith is that by the power of the Holy Spirit, you're leading and guiding me in the ways that you know is best for me. Believers need to embrace